Let's go now back to the story in France, where people are protesting the government's proposed law reforms for workers. Anelise Borges joins us now from Paris. Anelise, these protests are something that almost didn't happen, with the government claiming security concerns. It looks pretty quiet where you are at the moment. Is that likely to change?
Well, indeed, there aren't that many people behind me, but around us, there's quite some people already here at Place de la Bastille. They've been gathering here for the past hour or so, but the march is not supposed to start until 2 p.m. local time, 12 GMT, so there's still some time. People have been saying that they will come out en masse today for this demonstration that almost did not happen. The French government issued a ban on Wednesday, citing security concerns, saying that the march was not going to go ahead. A first in 49 years. Well, the reaction was an outcry on social media and on the streets, people saying it was an absurd, that they needed to protect their civic right to protest. Well, there was a meeting between the Interior Minister, Bernard Cazeneuve, and the labor unions, and this protest was authorized, as well as another protest next Tuesday. Here in France, people have been taking to the streets for the past 3 months to try to put pressure on the government of François Hollande so that he modifies this proposed bill, this proposed labor bill, to reform the labor market.
And Anelise, as you rightly point out, this has been a huge story in France. But for other people who may be new to this story, can you explain what exactly François Hollande is trying to achieve with these proposed legislation changes?
Well, absolutely. It's a package of measures that would foresee, for example, more flexibility for companies to hire and fire employees. The idea is to make both processes more simpler, easier for companies. The companies would also get more flexibility in terms of discussing pay and working hours directly with workers. The maximum 35-hour week, which has been highly regulated, highly protected here in France, that would also be relaxed, and companies would be allowed to ask their employees to work longer hours, a maximum of 46 hours per week. Well, the government insists that this is the only way to tackle unemployment, which is currently at 10% here in France, and make French companies more competitive. Critics say this company only serves the interests of big business, and they are fed up. They are very angry. Unions particularly are very angry. They feel that they're being bypassed, that they're being put aside on this very complex situation here in France. And people here today will be once again asking François Hollande, the French president, to back down on this reform. Whether or not this will have an effect, it's only time will tell, really. François Hollande has a very difficult task on his hands. He's got only a few months left in his term. Very, very unpopular president, the least popular president in the history of the Fifth Republic.
Anelise, it sounds like it's going to get very crowded very soon where you are. Thank you so much for joining us, Anelise Borges in Paris.